There you go. So, welcome. It's Mike from Infinite State Games. How you doing? Steam Next Fest. That's what's happening. I'm one of the developers on 3D Don't Die Mr. Robot. And for Steam Next Fest, we're doing a little cheeky developer stream. With me. So we're just going to be playing the game. Well, the demo that's been released now on Next Fest. Going to play the demo and have a bit of fun. So here we are, first go of the day. Starting with a little bit of cheeky grindage. Let's get in there. Yes. Oh, typical. As soon as you show off, things start going wrong. That's fine, we're allowed a warm-up or two. Or depending on how these go, maybe even 3. Anyway, let's make a start. So, here we go. Nice and easy to start with. Just some spikers, some XY zappers, and this little blue seeker with his cheeky little eyeball hunting me down. There is a brute. The brutes eat the fruits. And this is a fruit. And when you collect the fruit, it explodes, killing enemies. And that's pretty much all 3D Don't Die Mr. Robot is about. Avoiding contact with enemies, collecting exploding fruits, and taking out enemies with those explosions. So obviously things are going to start easy. They get trickier as we go along. See, the lasers are out in force now. Here's our first centipede. Maybe I'll kill him. They're worth quite a lot of points. Sometimes it's worth killing him rather than letting him run off the screen. So you'll see I'm letting the fruit build up here. There's quite a lot of fruit on the screen. Why are you doing that, Mike? Why aren't you collecting them? That's a good question. I'll explain in my next go, assuming I don't die terribly. So yes, we were going to talk about why do we let the fruits build up. First of all, let's talk about how much points we get from an enemy. If I pop this fruit, no points. You don't get any points for popping a fruit. If I pop these ones and it kills enemies, I get some points. All the enemies are worth different points, so these seekers, they're worth quite a bit. But anyway, on to why we let the fruit build up. Well, there is a multiplier attached to the points you get from the fruit explosions, and in each consecutive fruit in an explosion, that will increase that multiplier. So the amount of points that the enemy will give you times the number of fruit in that chain is the number of points you're going to get. That's why we let the fruit build up. Problem with letting the fruit build up, of course, is you're getting into greater and greater danger. That was a nice big one. Look at all those lovely points. Wow, wowie! That was close. Pop. Pop. Because this, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody else, is an arcade game. So, this is all about a short form game tuned for replayability. That's what we mean by arcade games here at Infinite State Games. We mean spit roasted by a laser there. So yeah, A short form game designed for replayability. Now, Charlie and me at Infinite State Games, we've been making our games for a while now. A little over 10 years. And when you do something for 10 years, you learn a lot about it. You get to take this stuff quite seriously, even though it's fun. And in those 10 years of making games together, me and Charlie, we've learned an awful lot about what makes a fun arcade game to play. Now, you know, there's only two of us, so there are some sacrifices made. We're doing our best with the art. The art is, we've learned how to use Blender, so we've got some charming creatures, but I wouldn't have said technically impressive. Maybe worth pointing out, yeah, none of us are artists. Career-wise, Charlie's a career programmer, and I'm a career producer. I'll do a bit of music now and again as well. But between us, we managed to do the art, the music, the VFX, the code, the sound effects, the networky stuff, all of this. But like I say, presentation, although very important, is not what we spend the majority of our time perfecting. What we like to perfect in Infinite State Games is moment-to-moment gameplay. Making sure that you've got something to do all the time, something exciting, making sure the player can understand what they're supposed to be doing immediately, but understand that that's a challenge that only practice will improve upon. There's a certain degree of luck involved, only a small degree of luck involved in Don't Die 3D, in that, you know, you are kind of at the mercy of what the random number generator decides to spawn for you. Bottom! What it decides to spawn for you enemy-wise. But generally, we've made sure that there's always something that you could have done to not die. But going back to the demo and the Steam Next Fest. So, maybe you've never, I'm sure you haven't heard of Infinite State Games. Although we have released quite a few titles, such as Rogue Aces VR on MetaQuest 1 and 2. Fruitorius on iPhone. The original Don't Die Mr. Robot on PS4, PS Vita and Steam. Still available, still great. Horatio Goes Snowboarding. We did. That was on Xbox, PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch and Steam. That's kind of like a little parody of Horace Goes Skiing, if anyone's old enough to remember that. Anyway, so you may well not have heard of us. Oh, and did I do Family Tree on Switch as well? That's worth a look. But you may well not have heard of us, despite the fact that us, me and Charlie have been making games for years. And so you're probably looking at this thinking, is it worth me wishlisting? Should I stick this on my wish list? Fuck yeah, dude, do that. The more wish lists we get before launch, the better, for a couple of reasons. One, the algorithm, yada yada yada. It helps our visibility the more people wish list our stuff before we launch. But two, and you know, perhaps more importantly, making games in our spare time and not having a huge amount of time to do all that social media stuff, sometimes it can feel a little bit like making games in a vacuum. And when people wishlist our product, that's the best way to tell us, yes, keep doing what you spent the last 10 years doing. We enjoy it, we appreciate it. Because I know these days, arcade gamers, they're pretty niche in this world of story-led excitement and AAA capers. But they still got their place, you know. Sometimes you want a palate cleanser between games. Don't Die 3D. Sometimes you want to have a lot of fun in a short space of time. Don't Die 3D. Sometimes what an arcade game is really good for is for having a little score attack with a friend who can get the best score on this. And don't worry, we've got you back there. So over in Don't Die 3D, we have got on the demo a demo leaderboard, so you can see how good you are compared to everyone else on the planet. Our high scores are pretty secure, pretty locked down. I won't say unhackable, because there's always some well, let's just call them needy little weirdos that'll hack your high score table and ruin it for everyone, but you know, we'll always fix it when that happens. So yeah, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, download the demo. Have fun. It's fun. It's free. Whoops-a-daisy, flipping hell. That was close. Wow! Yikes! How did I survive that? Lovely that. Right. Okay, we're getting somewhere now actually. We're making pretty good progress through the through this experience. You see in the top left of the screen, there's a percentage. It says 78 at the minute. It's going up to 79 now. What's that? Well, wouldn't you like to know what happens when you reach 100% in the demo? Small chance. Oof, we might do it. Very small chance. Stuff gets pretty flipping hell. Told you it was a small chance. We did pretty well though. Hey, what was that? That was nearly like 80%. But yeah, I don't want to tell you what happens when you get to 100%. I either want you to find out for yourself or watch me do it on this. It's it's not gonna happen. Well, it might happen. It might happen. That's the spirit. So yes, you'll notice the camera's moving around. That's a little spin and a twist. You don't have to do that. You don't have to move the camera. I do enjoy moving the camera. It kind of helps a little bit. But if you wanted to just keep it simple, you can lock it into an overhead view, like the original Don't Die Mr. Robot on iOS, Vita, PS4, and Nintendo Switch. Well, so top down, it does make this sort of stuff a bit easier. Makes it easier to see and predict the paths of the enemies. Oh dear, I'm rather pinned in the top here. Phew. Yeah, let's stay in top down for a little bit. There is a snakey. Oh. Is it a snake? Is it a centipede? Who cares? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's an arcade game. The important thing is that scores fly up in the air, things explode, and we have some banging music. Oop-a-loop-floop. them. So yes, the Steam Next Fest. Me and Charlie at Infinite State Games, we cannot impress upon you enough. Oh, bugger. Cannot impress upon you how how important it is for us that you wishlist, download our demo, and tell your friends what a good time you had in this weird little game called Don't Die Mr. Robot 3D. So right now we're working on the main game itself. It's going well. So we're making chill out modes, time attack, and of course the campaign mode, the 50 or so remixes, challenges, puzzles, Herculean tasks, if you will, that make up the campaign mode. By the end of the campaign mode, we'll have taught you everything you need to get an admirable score on these leaderboards. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Is it coming to consoles? Probably. We've got publishers interested. Oh, there goes my dog, Betty. She's heard a noise outside. She's off to protect us all. Betty? Betty, come back. There's a live stream going on. Oh, what's up, baby? Come here. Come here. Stand. Say hello. Say hello. It's a live stream, Betty. Woof. Who are you saying woof to? Me? It's little Betty. You say hello. Say hello to everyone. Hello. You want a little tummy rub? Okay. Well, I'll give Betty a little tummy rub here. And there we go. When are you going to sit on your chair? On your chair? Oh. He's on a chair now. That's enough barking now, baby, because I'm streaming. So relax, go to sleep. Go to sleep. She's not going to go to sleep. Anyway, let's have one more. Let's have one more go on 3D. Don't Die Mr. Robot. Hashtag 3DDMR. If you're being all hashtaggy and all of that. So yeah, let's have a little focused go here. Try our best. Got to spin it round so you can see the brute eating stuff, haven't you? Just ate a bit. Oh. Too busy watching the brute eat his bananas. Never mind. Okay. Let's lock it to the top. And let's see what we can do. So I'm playing with a Xbox controller right now. You can play with keyboard and mouse as well. We're all about the control options ISG. If you look back at all of our games, there's always been a lot of different control options. Accessibility is important to us. So is acknowledging that people like to play games in different ways. You know, some people like the old joypads. Some people like keys. Something for everyone. Bit pinned to the edge, never a safe place to be. Okay. Going well so far. Got a nice amount of fruit built up. Might have to pop that one just for safety. So yeah, you want to try and get as many enemies in a big explosion as you can, because then you get all those lovely points. 42 points. Something got me there. That's probably the... oh! It's probably the snake. Anyway, there we go. That is Don't Die 3D, Don't Die Mr. Robot. 3D DMR, 3D Don't Die Mr. Robot. Please, wishlist this bad boy. Download the demo. Get on the leaderboards. Show everyone what you can do. It is us, look. Infinite State Games. This is our friend Space Captain Hellers. And there's all our friends. But anyway, yes. Thank you for watching this little teeny tiny developer stream. Enjoy the Steam Next Fest. And have fun. Stay hydrated.